Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Financial Clarity Shift, our first live for today. And I'm super excited to be here with you guys. I just want to make sure that we are all on our way to financial freedom. And we're not just here today we're here for you to make the right decision. You've made the right decision by coming in to this live workshop, not because you're behind with money, not because you failed with money, but because you are aware and you want to be intentional. Being intentional is really, really important. And that's the first step on the road to financial freedom. So being aware matters. Awareness matters. Everything matters. So we want to make sure that today isn't about money rules. It's not about more tracking about your money. It is clarity with finance. And like in the name, it's your financial clarity shift. And we want to make sure that we are moving and creating financial clarity for you. And so you can make confident decisions without having to consistently be second guessing yourself because you are educated in the decisions that you're making. So let's start with, have you ever thought, I'm doing fine? So why do I feel that I'm not fine when I'm with money? Why do I feel like I don't know why or where I'm at with my money? Because you're saying we should be doing fine, we are doing fine, but you're having that question in your mind, why don't I feel fine about my money? Why do I see different areas where, I'm not feeling fine? Well, because most money stress doesn't come from lack of discipline or intelligence. It comes from the financial noise. And boy, do we have a lot of that out there today, of things that people are trying to convince us that, there are too many opinions, too many options, and no clear framework to trust. And trust is the number one issue for us today. Have you gotten, I don't know if it's like you, if you're like me, but I've been getting all these spam calls lately about loans and financial this and financial that. And I'm on the do not call list. I keep checking that. Yet I get 20 spams a day, some telling me that I'm going to be arrested by the IRS and all these different things when I know that I'm clear. So these things, all this noise, all these options are making us be less trustworthy, even to feel for our stress, even our own stress, even for us, even we're not even trusting ourselves in making those decisions that we really truly have been trying to make, and we're trying to do it with clarity. What we are going to cover today is just three simple things. Why money feels stressful even when you are being responsible with it. How financial clarity is going to eliminate decision fatigue. We're always thinking, oh, I don't want to make that decision. I just want to lie on my couch and watch Hallmark. And then the third thing is what a supportive money system actually looks like. No overwhelm, no jargon, just perspective that will change how you will feel about money and how you make those decisions. So, why money feels stress? Why is it stressful? Even though we know we're doing the right thing, we're going over what we're doing the right thing, we're following what we're supposed to be doing. Most people assume money stress means there's something wrong. Well, there is most likely nothing wrong because there's so many different ways to work with money, but it's just our mindset on what we're feeling. You know, people are savings, they're paying their bill, and they're being intentional, which is something I stress all the time. They're being intentional with their spending, their savings, their salaries, their decisions. And yet, every decision feels very, very heavy. Why? Because without clear framework on financial clarity on your finance, without the clear framework, your every choice becomes mentally negotiating. So you're working with yourself. You're going to say, should I save this or should I spend this on a vacation? Am I prioritizing the right thing, which is so important. Your financial prioritization is something that you decide. It's something that you have to understand. It does not have to be heavy. It has to be just like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. There's 10 things, and then you decide which one you're doing first, which one you're doing second, which one you want to prioritize. All of them is part of your financial book, so to say. But then you have to decide the priority. And what if I regret this later? That's one of that. Those are the three questions I hear all the time. You know, this is the internal debates that's exhausting people all the time. And that's why effort alone won't create peace when it comes to your money. So inside the Rich Life Blueprint, which is my inaugural program, the first shift people will experience isn't doing more with your money. It's actually finally understanding what you're doing, understanding that what am I doing, and if I feel like I understand what I'm doing and I don't want to do that, then you shift to the things that you want to do. But most of us really don't even understand what we're doing, and we don't have that clarity. So what actually matters within your life? What is it? It's your life. So what matters to you, and which financial decisions deserve more energy, which financial decisions deserve less energy, and which ones don't. So when guessing disappears, when you stop guessing about all of this, then the stress starts to fade. Trust me, financial freedom is something that I have been receiving and doing and feeling for the last decade or so. And it takes a while to get there, but having the right program, which is the one that I use in my life, is so important to feel that freedom, because it's your feeling. It's understanding what you're doing and making sure you know that you are in the right places, the places that you intended to be. Many times with our money, we do so much unintentional things, and we think we're in control, but we're not thinking about it. And if we are not thinking about what we're doing, it's not intentional. When you buy a curling iron on while you're scrolling on TikTok, you did not intend to do that if you have 10 other curling irons, but you end up doing it and you don't even know why. So that's the thing. When you're doing something, you have to know why. And that rule applies to money too. The second thing is how financial clarity eliminates decision fatigue. Decision fatigue is one of the most underestimated financial problems that we feel. When money lives in your head all day, it quietly drains you. Trust me. Mental energy, it will drain, emotional bandwidth will be drained, and even your confidence, because you keep you replay these decisions, you second guess yourself, you overthink purchases that shouldn't feel stressful. You don't want to be thinking so much about a decision. You want to know what you're doing, decide on making that decision, and move forward with it and go on with it. Financial clarity changes all of these fatigues that will happen. When you know why you're making a decision, you stop negotiating with yourself. So that's where your motivation comes in. On knowing your why and putting that in your bucket. And whenever you're feeling fatigue or you see yourself overthinking, you have to keep going back to your why. Inside the Rich Life Blueprint, the goal isn't perfection. It's trust. Trust in yourself and trust in your decisions, trust in your intentions, trust in your system. All of those, that's the main thing. When you give trust, it's such an incredible, valuable backing for you. Time and mental space becomes better. And when money stops consuming your thoughts all the time, life will get lighter for you. The third thing that we're talking about is, what is a supportive money system? What does that actually look like? A real money system doesn't rely on your willpower. It doesn't rely on shaming you, and it doesn't demand perfection at all. One of the things that we need to realize that your financial journey is a journey. It's a lifetime journey. Financial wellness is part of all wellness. If you read most suicide notes that you see out there, and if you look at the statistics on that, So much of the notes have that they're having financial issues within their marriage or within their relationships and within their lives, and that becomes stressful, and it gets into physical issues, it gets into mental issues, and it gets into emotional issues. Well, I'm telling you right now, once you have financial clarity, you will be able to clear up some of those things that you think is happening, that's inside your head, that's living in there, that's draining you down. You Financial freedom means that, do you have most endless money in the world? I'm telling you that that's not financial freedom, because I have many clients that have lots and lots of money but still not financially free, because all of this lives in their head, lives within. And if you don't know what to do with that money and have the right system to work with that money when it comes to your why, which is your motivation, your mindset, if you need to shift it, and then work into the mechanics. So inside the Rich Life Blueprint, we have their 3 fundamental pillars, which is how you think about money, how you stay motivated when it comes to money, and how money actually functions in your real life. Not anybody else's real life, but your real life. When those are aligned, the progress stops feeling hard. Understanding this is what makes the Rich Life Blueprint a program that all of us need in our lives. It is not a literacy program. It is an education program. It's a wellness program. It is for you to educate yourself on how to handle the things that affects your life, your financial journey. And if you don't need more information about all these different things, that we have ChatGPT now, you could get as much information that you want, but is it clear information? Are you shifting into that clarity area of your life? Because clarity with money is what brings the stress down. So what you need is clear action inside a structured program that you trust, and that's what we're talking about here. So let's zoom in for a moment and let's talk about this. Why money stress isn't about discipline, how financial clarity eliminates financial fatigue, and what makes a money system that really works. Well, here are the common threads. Most people don't struggle with money because they lack knowledge. They struggle with money because they lack financial clarity. Knowledge is the information out there. We have information fatigue today because there's so much of it. So when you have a financial program or a financial wellness program that says, okay, all these wellness programs involves, and they say, okay, we're going to include financial education here. That information is readily available. It is not what is going to make you feel free when it comes to your money. When there's too much noise, every decision will feel heavier than it needs to be. When there's no framework, progress will feel uncertain, even when you're doing enough, which most of us are. Financial clarity changes all of that. It replaces the guessing with direction. It turns overwhelm into the confidence that you need to move forward with your money. It allows money to support your life instead of quietly draining your energy, because that's what's happening in most people. They are financially stressed, and that means you are not financially well. Where do we go with that? Why do I include it in all wellness? Because it is the one wellness that you need to have in all. So if you're going to the doctor and you're doing your physical and you're checking yourself, that's when even though you're eating right and you're doing everything that you think you're supposed to be doing throughout the year, or you're taking the right medicine, when you go to the doctor, you're checking. So having your money dates and checking, understanding that the doctor will give you a program. It's like, okay, you need to be having this much vitamins here, this much, you need vitamin D, you need this. Financial clarity within the right program is that's what it does. It gives you a guideline to follow to make sure that your money is being used as a tool. And this is the exact problem, that our Rich Life Blueprint program is designed to solve. It's designed to help you and direct you and with your trust with your money and to make you financially well. Inside the Rich Life Blueprint, let me talk you through what it is about. So, because this isn't just a course, I have spent 3 years curating this, talking to people, asking what they're looking for, understanding, and using my own program that I use in my own life for the past 5 decades that's worked for me and has made me feel very clear about my money, moving along the money journey with that clarity. By all means, my money journey is not perfect. It is far from perfect. But and it goes ups and downs, and I don't have an endless pot at the end of the rainbow. But what the pot I have is that's I'm dealing with it, and I'm able to use this exact program to feel that financial freedom along this journey, to do all the different things that I need to do to keep up with that. So it's not about this program is not about giving you information and teaching you how to do a budget. It is about a formula that works when it comes to making you financial free. It's the complete financial clarity system. Now, the Rich Life Blueprint is the actual course. The value is about $15,000. It's a full framework of making confident decisions and long-term clarity. I have the guidebook that I have that's a value of $2,500 that's designed to apply to your learning and to see, where we make it personal and practical for you. We have our money templates. We have our mindset reset bonus, and we have monthly live Q&A support. So we will have support from me that will be a monthly live Q&A to keep you, with your ongoing questions, having a financial expert that gives you some more clarity and momentum to keep you going. The program is a value of about $25,000, but today we are offering it at a fraction of the price. So, we're going to be, the enrollment reveal is let's talk about your investment next. So I always talk about my money personally, and every dollar I have a job. If you don't give your money jobs, your money is going to be something they're going to give themselves a job. So, and whatever I do, I don't call it spending, because I have to think of it as an investment. What am I doing? When I put money in my kids' college fund, it's an investment in their education. When I take them on a vacation, it's an investment in my experience with them and their experience. Even when I buy a pair of shoes, I have to think of it on the investment level. So that's why I shouldn't have more pairs of shoes. But even me fall off the wagon sometimes. But this course is a value of $25,000. It's not even a course, it's a program. This program, the Rich Life Blueprint, is a value of $25,000. But it isn't about the number. The value is what you get back. What are you getting back? You're getting back your confidence in your money decisions. You're lessening your mental stress, which the mental load that you have, the mental load that almost everybody have when they're not clear about their financial decisions and they don't have a money system that they're using to help them to have that financial clarity and shift into that area of your life. It is a system that you can trust long term. Once you have the Rich Life Blueprint, it is yours for the rest of your life. You can use it in your life practically. You can go back and use our spending plan and use that to shift into wherever you are. And there's so much more coming after the Rich Life Blueprint that is going to be able to support. There's going to be an app that we're working on that's going to be coming in to help you with your spending plan. But that's only 1/3 of what this system is about. The mechanics is only 1/3, because without your why and your motivation and understanding where your mindset is, shifting your mindset to the right place to be in line with your why, and moving forward with the mechanics after you've mastered these two, or after you've understand these two, to move on. This is embedded in the whole money system. It is embedded in this whole clarity shift. And Today, your investment to join the Rich Life Blueprint is not 25,000. It's not even close. Just investing 1997 is what's going to help you quiet that financial noise, build that clarity that lasts. I want you to notice what comes to you right now, not the number, but the feeling. I want you to notice what comes there now. The cost of not investing is what you need to think about. The real cost of not investing, that 1997, that $1,997 for $25,000 of value, is the number. The real cost, let me tell you what the real cost is. The real cost is another year of managing money in your head. Remember, when we have things out, we take it out from our head and we have a clearer picture. We can't see what's in our head. Replaying decisions long after you've made them. Not live in the past when it comes to money decisions. You can learn from the past, but you cannot live there. Feeling responsible, but not fully confident about your money. These are all what's going to happen in the next year if you don't invest in this money program to give you that money clarity when it comes to these 5 modules. Financial clarity compounds too, just like compounded interest. Once you start moving on, you put yourself on the journey, the sooner you step into that journey, the sooner money stops being something you manage and starts being something that supports the life that you have. The tool. It is the tool that you need. The sooner you start seeing money as a tool that's in your toolbox with the right money system, you can start doing that. It is just a tool. It does not have its own emotions. It's what you put on it. Finally, the Rich Life Blueprint is not an expense, like I've talked about before. It's an investment in clarity, confidence, moving forward with your money momentum. Today, if this resonates, then trust that. You didn't end up here by accident. Trust me. If you're watching me, you didn't end up here by accident. You ended up here for a reason. You're looking for a money program you can trust. And the Rich Life Blueprint is something that I have put my whole heart and soul in to teach our middle class how to stay and move up to our upper middle class. All of us have to be able to manage our money with a system that we trust. We need to stop managing our finances in our head. We need to start using the right system, investing in a right system that you can have with you forever, that you can go back and see. You can do it a couple of times to understand all the little tidbits that's in there. So if you're ready to move from financial noise to financial confidence when it comes to your money decision, then the Rich Life Blueprint is your next step. It is the program that will help you, all of you, move from all of the little hiccups that you are having in your life with money and start moving forward, moving to that financial clarity shift. Thank you guys all for tuning in today with my first live. I'm sure I made lots of mistakes talking to you, but this is my passion. And all I want to do is share my blueprint with all of you guys so you can start managing your money the way that you will manage your health and the way that you manage your mental health and your physical health. Financial wellness is all part of that. It is equally part of your wellness plan. So you need to start including this program, which will help you start trusting yourself and moving and shifting into clarity when it comes to finances. Thank you guys, and we will talk soon.